Hey, this is Andrew Shu, schizophrenia advocate, social worker, future EMT, jack of all trades, master of everything. Anyways, also add comedian to that list, because I'm hella funny. Even though you don't recognize, but my voices tell me I'm the GOAT. Step aside, Bill Burr. Anyways, I'm in my apartment in Oakland, in Jack London Square, just making my first podcast and talking to you guys about the real deal, about life, living with schizophrenia. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. You just hear voices and think that the world makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to other people. So, I call that being in love. World makes sense to me, but to other people, everyone has their own reality, and I'm just chasing love, and currently I'm chasing this lesbian chick. That's been my delusional thought for the last 12 years. Yeah. Yeah. Debating whether to tell you her name or not, but doesn't matter. She's getting married, so not to me, to her girlfriend. So, Q-Lie, I love you, but yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's life, You go through rejections and pitfalls and overcoming. Oh, sorry, you might hear my laundry in the background. Freaking shower exploded. I'm just glad my toilet didn't leak. I was just like, oh my god, what's all this water in my bathroom? And I was just like, okay, it's just hair clogged up my shower, so I had to unclog that. And so toilet bowl didn't explode, so I'm just happy about that because I kind of exploded in it. Yeah, TMI for you, fan of heart folks. But yeah, I mean, I'm just recording my first podcast, first take, just trying to keep it real, keep it authentic. Yeah, I'm a social worker. I got my master's from the University of Michigan. I don't know, I think it was a great school, it was a great experience, great people. But social work is just not the degree, to get, if you want to make money and you want to sustain a living for yourself and your family. It's just you come out making 60 to 80, and then I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area in Oakland, close to San Francisco, and there's all these tech titans making six figs, and I won't see that till maybe, I don't know, 6-7 years down the road. But I mean, that's if I'm stable and healthy. But I don't know, I think I mean, social work is truly a passion field, and I mean, if you don't have the passion for it, then better off just going into business or engineering or something and just do a mindless job and get paid at the end of the day. But I don't know, I suckered up and listened to the graduation speakers, follow your passion. And I'm just oh, here I am, stuck in $90K in debt, Well, $50K if it was from law school, but $40K is from social work school, and I got no real job to thank and appreciate for that. I did work as a social worker, but it wasn't super fruitful, and there's a lot of like bitchy, complaining women in that field, you know. And I'm just like, why can't you just solve the problem? Why do you have to talk about it? You know, like, I think talking about it is important, but like, everyone has different problems, and everyone has different, like, everyone has different conceptions of the problem. You know, like what I think is a problem for other people is they might not think is a problem for themselves, and you know. So I'm just disillusioned with that field. So I'm trying to go into EMT, you know, make less of a buck, but you know, just kind of like there's a quick solution, you know, give oxygen and transport, and you know, there's like a one way to do things, you know. There's a correct way to do things. It's not like, oh, let's explore, and you know, like, no, the hell with exploring, you know, like there's one right answer, and maybe that's the key to life, you know. There's one right answer, and we all gotta obey and follow that answer, and that answer is love, and you know, it's not just multiple avenues, you know. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling and mumbo jumbling. Yeah, but social work is not the field for me. But hopefully EMT is. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I went to some pretty good schools. I went to Berkeley, I went to Michigan. I mean, I'm going back to do EMT, you know, like it's something I could have done straight out of high school, you know, like I studied psychology at Berkeley, and had a schizophrenic breakdown and realized that, I don't know, I just kind of like realized that psychology was bullshit, you know, like it's just kind of like integrated with your health and wellness, and you know, like, I don't know, I went through some psychotic episodes and got hospitalized, and I think your gut health is like connected to your brain health, and like when you're not able to fart anymore, that's when you have a mental health episode, you know. Yeah, so pencil me down as the Einstein who discovered that, you know. It's my finger. Anyways, yeah. I think, I mean, so I didn't want to go into psychology, you know. It's just like, that's utter horseshit, just describing people and characterizing their disease. And I feel like the stigma of the mental illness, so I was diagnosed with schizoaffective bipolar type of schizophrenia. It's a combination of schizophrenia and bipolar. I mean, like, the type of mental illness was like, I think I kind of forgot what I was saying after that schizophrenia bipolar rant. I think, yeah, mental illness is like bullshit, and like it's just connected to your gut health. Or if you have good gut health, then you probably won't get a mental illness. And if you lose the ability to fart like when you need to, then, or if you just like tense up, you know, your butthole clenches and stuff, you know, like, then you got a mental illness. But yeah, that might be kind of far-fetched for people to understand, but Yeah, I mean, I didn't study psychology for grad school just because I thought it was kind of bullshit, and the stigma of having a mental illness was kind of worse. It's quite just as bad as having a mental illness. Like, I remember my mom told me that she had one of her psychology friends or her therapist friends tell her that there's two things when it comes to mental health diagnosis. One is accepting yourself, and two is others accepting you. And like, so one, you have to come to terms that you have a mental illness, and two, you have to get society to accept that you have a mental illness. And I mean, I've come to terms with it. It's just like, it's what I live with, but like, the society accepting me is just like, that takes a lot of advocacy, and that's what I'm trying to do now with this video. And my social justice complaining, you know? But, I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, like, being mentally ill is taking me down some routes. Like, I've been gay, so I don't know if that, like, kind of, like, signifies, or, like, that's the reason why I'm complaining, you know? This thing about gay guys complaining, but, like, I don't know, I just, fuck it, man, I can make jokes about it, I've done it, you know, so, yeah, I can make jokes of my own, at the expense of my own identity, you know, so, I don't know, I think, yeah, I think we're closer to solving this mental health mystery than not solving it, you know? It's just gut health, and all the systems are connected, and we're just chasing after love and whatever that may be to you, and yeah, so I just want to leave you guys with that, and if that's my first podcast post, hopefully there'll be more, or maybe the Twitterverse will ban me for being too woke. Elon will cancel me. Oh no. Or maybe I'll be world famous. I doubt any of the above will happen. So until next time, peace.